What if I told you that the most attractive men in history never chased women, never played games, and never tried to impress anyone? Marcus Aurelius was arguably the most powerful man in the world, yet his personal writings reveal a man focused entirely on his own character and virtue, not on being attractive to others. Seneca was sought after by the most influential people in Rome, but he spent his time mastering himself, not mastering pickup techniques. These men understood something that modern dating advice completely misses. True attraction isn't about what you do to get someone's attention. It's about who you become when you stop trying to get anyone's attention at all. Today, I'm going to share the Stoic principles for attraction that create genuine magnetism without manipulation, neediness, or games. If you're tired of dating advice that turns you into someone you're not, this video will show you how to become someone so authentically valuable that the right people are naturally drawn to you. Before we dive into these principles, let's clear up a massive misconception. This isn't about becoming emotionally distant or treating people poorly. The Stoic approach to attraction is based on developing genuine strength of character, emotional stability, and inner confidence, qualities that naturally draw people toward you. The difference between a high-value man and someone who's just trying to appear high value is simple. The truly high-value man isn't performing for anyone. His worth comes from within, and that authentic self-assurance is what creates real attraction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The first principle of Stoic masculinity is understanding that your primary job is to master yourself, not to master other people's opinions of you. High-value men don't need external validation because they've developed internal validation. They know their worth isn't determined by whether someone finds them attractive, responds to their messages, or agrees to a date. When you've mastered your own domain, you approach relationships from a position of strength rather than need. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're already complete. You're looking for someone to share your completeness with. This translates into behavior that women find incredibly attractive. You're not clingy, you don't get jealous over small things, and you don't change your entire personality to fit what you think someone wants. You remain consistent because you know who you are. Women are naturally drawn to men who seem unshakable. When you've done the inner work to master your emotions and reactions, you emit a calm confidence that stands out in a world full of reactive, needy behavior. This doesn't mean being emotionless. It means being emotionally intelligent and stable. You feel your emotions, but you're not controlled by them. Seneca taught that a man without a clear purpose is like a ship without a rudder. It will drift wherever the current takes it. High-value men have something bigger than themselves that they're working toward. This mission gives them an attractive sense of direction and drive. When you're genuinely passionate about your purpose, whether it's building a business, mastering a craft, or contributing to your community, you naturally become more interesting and attractive. You have stories to tell, experiences to share, and an energy that comes from living with intention. Women are attracted to men who have their own lives figured out. When you're focused on your mission, you're not constantly available. You're not putting all your emotional eggs in one basket, and you're demonstrating that you have value beyond just romantic relationships. This creates natural scarcity without playing games. You're not pretending to be busy. You actually are busy with meaningful pursuits. The more you focus on becoming excellent at what matters to you, the more confident you become. This confidence isn't fake or forced. It's earned through actual achievement and growth. People can sense the difference between genuine confidence and insecurity masquerading as confidence. There's a common misconception that Stoicism means suppressing emotions. That's not what Stoic emotional control means at all. True emotional stoicism is about feeling your emotions fully while not being controlled by them. High-value men don't hide their feelings, but they also don't let their feelings make their decisions for them. They can be disappointed without becoming bitter, hurt without becoming vengeful, or excited without becoming unrealistic. When you have emotional stability, you become a safe harbor for others. Women are naturally drawn to men who can handle emotional storms without falling apart or lashing out. You become someone they can trust with their own emotions. This emotional strength shows up in how you handle rejection, conflict, and uncertainty. Instead of reacting with anger or desperation, you respond with grace and maturity. If someone doesn't text you back, you don't spiral into anxiety or anger. You accept that their response is outside your control and focus on what is within your control, your own actions and reactions. If a relationship doesn't work out, you don't try to manipulate or convince. You accept the reality of the situation and maintain your dignity while moving forward. The Stoics identified 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These aren't just philosophical concepts. They're practical guidelines for becoming the kind of person others naturally want to be around. Wisdom means making thoughtful decisions and learning from experience. Courage means doing what's right even when it's difficult. Justice means treating others fairly and with respect. Temperance means having self-control and not being excessive in your desires or reactions. Character is attractive because it's rare. In a world full of people trying to get ahead through shortcuts and manipulation, someone who operates with genuine integrity stands out dramatically. Women are naturally drawn to men they can trust and respect. When your actions consistently align with your values, you build trust naturally without having to try. Physical attraction fades, money can be lost, and status can change. But character is something you build and keep forever. Men who focus on developing virtue create attraction that deepens over time rather than diminishing. Epictetus taught that wisdom begins with knowing yourself. High-value men don't try to be someone they're not, because they've done the work to become someone they're proud to be. Authenticity is magnetic because most people spend so much energy trying to be what they think others want them to be. When you show up as genuinely yourself, flaws and all, you give others permission to do the same. Stoics practice present moment awareness, which means when you're with someone, you're fully with them. You're not on your phone thinking about work or mentally rehearsing what you're going to say next. This quality of attention is incredibly attractive because it's so rare. Most people are distracted, anxious, or performing. When you're genuinely present, you make others feel seen and valued. When you're authentic, you naturally attract people who appreciate the real you. This creates much stronger, more satisfying relationships than trying to maintain a false persona that you have to keep up forever. The Stoics understood that true abundance comes from within. When you know that your happiness and worth don't depend on any external person or circumstance, you operate from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. This means you approach relationships as someone who has something valuable to offer, not as someone who desperately needs something from the other person. When you're truly content with yourself and your life, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. This natural confidence is incredibly attractive because it's not based on comparison or competition. It's based on genuine self-worth. The most attractive thing about high-value men isn't their looks, money, or status. It's their complete comfort with themselves. They don't need constant reassurance, they don't get jealous easily, and they don't try to control or possess the people they care about. These Stoic principles work because they're not tricks or techniques. They're ways of becoming genuinely attractive by developing real value. When you master yourself, focus on your purpose, maintain emotional stability, develop character, stay authentic, and operate from abundance, you become the kind of person others naturally want to be around. The beautiful irony is that when you stop trying so hard to be attractive, you become much more attractive. When you stop chasing, you become worth chasing. When you stop needing validation, you become naturally validating to others. Remember, the goal isn't to manipulate or trick anyone into being attracted to you. The goal is to become the highest version of yourself. Someone so grounded, purposeful, and authentic that the right people are naturally drawn to your energy. This takes time and consistent effort, but it's worth it because you're not just improving your dating life. You're improving your entire life. You're becoming someone you can respect, which is the foundation of all genuine confidence and attraction. If this resonated with you and you want to continue developing these Stoic principles in your own life, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the Stoic Mind Fortress. We're building a community of men committed to excellence, virtue, and authentic strength. Your support helps us continue sharing these timeless principles that create lasting transformation.